Hello Internet, I'm here to talk about tyre inserts and how to fit them. Largely, I'm not going to make the argument that you should or shouldn't be riding them. I'm just going to try and get in and show you in a quick manner how to fit them. Now, I'm not going to be using this Cush Core trail I have in my hand because it's slightly smaller volume and I want to use something a bit bigger to hopefully stop you telling me that I had it easy. So, I've got here a Rimpact Pro, which is a slightly larger volume. I've got a wheel, and to get very exciting indeed, I've got a brand new downhill tyre. Now with fitting inserts, it depends which one you run, but normally you're going to have a special kind of valve. So please do bear that in mind. You need that, otherwise you can get air into your tyre, but then you can't get it back out again. So I've got big meaty downhill tyre. For this to make it easier, we're going to use something like this old toe strap that you might be able to get for free from your local bike shop. You can use big meaty cable ties. I just think it's slightly wasteful, and these are good to go, but any style of kind of ratchet strap that you can pull on is going to be good. Immediately, I'm going to do it a completely different way to what Cush Core or most manufacturers tell you how to do it, but I'm going to do it a way that works for me. The most important thing you need to remember is doing this job can be quite time consuming. So before you get into it, please do check the orientation of your tyre, because the last thing you want to do is spend ages wrestling it on, cover your living room in sealant, and then find out that you've got it on the wrong way. So I'm just going to put on my valve there. Now normally brands might tell you to put half of the tyre on first. I don't think that's the right way to do it, and I'll explain why. What I want you to do instead is get your tyre and just put your insert wholesale in there. Then we're going to find the place that we want. If you're going to match up logos, you can obviously worry about that yourself. And largely, all I want to do to begin with, and sounds really stupid, is get the insert strapped to the rim with the tyre going underneath it. So that way, we're strapping like a sandwich that's going to go insert, which is sandwiching the bead of the tyre between the rim. The reason we're going to do this is, for me, it's a very easy way to keep everything in one place. Then we're going to worry about trying to get it sort of in the well there. Ideally, to be honest, if you want to make it really easy on yourself, get two of these straps or two strapping devices, because then you can just go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then once we get that absolutely as tight as it can go, we're then just going to work around in a methodical fashion, getting that rim to hold the insert. From there on in, we're going to go in box sections, seating the bead, at least over the edge of the rim, and then going back and making sure it is getting that bead actually underneath the insert. I'm just going to work around. Now, if you're really, really tight on space, you can make sure that the bead, the last bit you're going to put on is over the valve, but it's not always absolutely needed. Then we're just going to slowly but surely walk it over, not, trying to hopefully not pinch the rim tape, because that's just going to ruin probably a whole life actually. We're then going to turn around and just go on the other side, making sure it's all sat in the rim. Working around, we're going to work on a section, then come back, make sure that it's all just seated underneath. This is where things might start to get a bit trickier, but the really important thing you've got to remember is we've got this indicating band here, which normally tells us that our tyre is seated or not. That is very useful because we need that to be sat below the sidewall of the rim there, because that's going to indicate that it's in the well and that it's underneath the insert itself. If it is underneath the insert, then it's not only going to be more secure, but you're also going to have more room to work with. We just work a bit forward. You can also, if you want, you can actually look and visually inspect it to make sure you can just see a bit of tape. You can just see a bit of thin air between the tyre and the rim. And then we're going to get onto this last bit, and you're going to deploy the claw. We're going to hold the tyre very firmly, knowing that it can't move from here. And we're just gonna slowly, bit by bit, now that we've got the rim to take the tyre almost all the way around, we've got a nice little window here that we're gonna put our sealant into. Once we put our sealant in there, we're gonna slowly rotate the wheel up. And so the sealant is just sat at the bottom there. And you can take that off. That's all on there. And now we just inflate the tyre to your preferred PSI. And that's it. It's that simple. The most important thing you can do is really sandwiching the sidewall of the tyre between the insert and the rim. And that's where using one of these is invaluable. Like that's how you get it. Because what normally happens is, as you're trying to fit the tyre, it basically keeps driving it off and driving it away, and then end up just chasing it around. And that is it. That is how to fit an insert in a mountain bike tyre without swearing, not even once. Thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you next time.